Good morning. These are your Tribune highlights for Tuesday, December 30th, 2025, brought to you by Your Daily Bahamas headlines, especially for people on the go and those who are visually impaired. Please don't forget to like, share, and follow our Facebook, YouTube, and WhatsApp channels. We begin with the main story on the front page. A newborn baby has been saved after being found in the trunk of a car, in a deeply disturbing but ultimately life-saving rescue. According to police, a teenager heard what sounded like a baby crying and helped lead officers to a parked vehicle where the infant was discovered inside a box in the trunk. The baby was rushed for medical care and is reported to be in stable condition. Police have arrested the parents and the investigation continues. The story has sparked widespread concern and renewed calls for greater support systems for young parents and vulnerable children. Another major story drawing attention is the case of former Royal Bahamas Defense Force officer Darren Roker, who is terminally ill with aggressive prostate cancer. His attorney argues that the U.S. prison system is unable to provide the specialized care he needs and is requesting that he be allowed to return to the Bahamas under supervised release. Roker has already pleaded guilty in a large cocaine trafficking case and faces sentencing in January. The filing includes character references and details about his deteriorating health, raising difficult questions about justice, compassion, and medical care for inmates. In national affairs, Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell is warning that entry into the United States is becoming harder and harder for Bahamians. He says U.S. immigration rules are increasingly strict and unforgiving, and he is urging travelers to be fully compliant and prepared. The minister also highlighted the broader economic and labor implications of these tighter entry requirements, particularly for Bahamians who rely on travel for work, education, and family connections. On Grand Bahama, families are demanding answers after a father of 4 was shot by police in 8 Mile Rock. Relatives say they want transparency and accountability, questioning whether the use of force was justified. Police say the man was armed and posed a threat, but the family disputes that account. Investigations by the police and oversight bodies are ongoing. Also on the crime front, a man was killed on Christmas Eve after buying gifts for his children, underscoring the ongoing violence troubling communities during what should be a season of peace. In a separate case, a father accused of locking up a woman and a 3-week-old baby has been remanded to jail, while another man has been sentenced to 30 months in prison after being found with a loaded Glock. Turning to infrastructure and public services, Crooked Island residents finally had electricity restored after 3 days without power, following a generator failure. Residents expressed frustration over the prolonged outage and concern about the vulnerability of family islands to extended disruptions. In business news, Abaco Marinas are reporting a 25% decline in holiday visitors, with operators warning that momentum in marine tourism is slowing. Industry leaders are calling for swift action to restore confidence, especially ahead of upcoming boat shows. At the same time, the central bank reports that adopting fast payment services could place the Bahamas ahead of regional peers, with plans underway for a national rollout. From the courts, Cat Island residents are also demanding answers after power was finally restored following repeated outages, while a 24-year-old man has been denied bail on car theft charges. In community news, the Tribune highlights environmental concerns with a trash-filled aftermath at R.M. Bailey Park, where piles of waste were left behind after holiday vendors dismantled tents. Residents are calling for better enforcement and cleanup protocols to protect public spaces. The editorial today warns against a culture of complacency, particularly within the justice system, arguing that delays, inefficiencies, and a lack of urgency risk eroding public trust. In letters to the editor, writers weigh in on leadership, accountability, and the need for clear national vision and action. As we wrap up, here's a quote to remember. An informed society is a stronger society. Awareness is the first step toward meaningful change. That's a look at today's Tribune highlights. Thank you for listening. Stay informed, stay safe, and stay engaged with your community. Enjoy your day, be blessed, and be a blessing.